All right, guys. This right here is going to be something new. I'm actually trying to, I may have to take this right here off. I'm actually trying to do this thing live on Zoom and Facebook. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do it live on Zoom and YouTube at the same time. And I'm just kind of trying to see, because this right here would really work. Because if I teach a class, sometime I can do some of my classes and stream via YouTube at the same time. So this right here is a new thing for me. And I'm going to go through something right quick, and I'm going to review it, and hopefully everything works out really good. Um, One thing I would like to do is I would like to thank my YouTube subscribers. Um, I'm probably up to about 2,000 subscribers now. Um, People are starting to really look at the channel and look at what I'm trying to do. Okay. All right. So this right here is a house that was burned. It was burned down. It was a total gut. And then we did an addition to the back. And these are some of the final touch-ups on that house. So I'm gonna try to walk through this thing right quick, like with us. I'm gonna go ahead and take this screen. I'm gonna take your screen, but I'm doing this a little bit different. I just want to see how the recording turns out on this right here. Okay. So this is the house. Um, and this is my guy that's working with me. I don't want to expose his name on here. He may not want his information on here, although I may say it on the film. So this is what we got going through. Yeah, those pieces. Okay, yeah. So the homeowner wanted those little columns put up, and you can buy these little columns as a wrap at, your Lowe's or Home Depot. And actually, behind this column, we had some 2x2. I'm sorry, some 4x4 posts, and we just wrapped them. And that's what you want to do. Once you get a shot in, I got the nails at the office. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty good. What's the problem? No, man, just go. You can go ahead and pop them in and leave it alone. Walk away from it. That's another thing, man. You can't get into this thing. Um, that's why it's good to have. It's good to have. See, this is something. This is a change order, guys. This is something that wasn't on the original plan. But to the homeowner's defense, and to my failure, is that I didn't really define that as specifications on my contract. And I cannot, guys, I cannot emphasize how important specifications are when you do a contract. You need to spell out everything that you're going to do. Because if you don't, they're going to start adding things, and then it's going to be ambiguous as to what I need to do and how I need to do it, how thick the trim needs to be, and things like that. You don't want to get into those discussions with owners. Oh, okay. I got you. Come on, flip them right there. All she got now she can just go ahead and sand it. She can get a sand and go ahead and sand it. There's another thing that the way the plans were written, this is something else that, something I think I'm gonna have to do it a little bit different here. Let me stop this share and do another share. I'm gonna do a share. It's probably better that I do a share like this. I think this right here would be a better share. Because then I can go in here and I can start grabbing things and sliding it over to that board. And the reason I'm having to use Zoom is because for some reason the OBS don't work well with two screens. I got a MacBook and an iPad, and I'm trying to slide things over. But when I use OBS, which is really, really good, the overlays and things like that, it makes things look very professional. But it doesn't do as good as Zoom, um, because there's a big delay. So I got to figure out what's going on with that delay. But let's look at this right here. So I'm gonna go here. Let me see where this house is in construction phase. So I got to grab this house from here, and I'm gonna let you guys look at the plans. And this is something that you can get into. All right. So if you look at the plans here, I'm gonna drag them over there. You guys look at it. All right. So here's the catch. Here's what we end up dealing with. And I understand from from a guy's point of view, this is what he was dealing with when he was engaging with the homeowners. So this right here, oh, now there's a delay on this right here now. Let's see. Can't have it all, can you? All right. So if you look right here, all right. So this is the existing house, guys. See right here. So yeah, there is a delay. So I guess it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna have a delay. All right, so guys, if you see right here, this is the existing house. Okay. The way the guy drew the plans, if you see a double line, that means we're gonna remove that. Okay. Double line, those things are gonna get removed. This is gonna get removed. Then if you go right here, you can see where it was removed, and then we added the new stuff. So we removed those lines and things like that, and we added new stuff. But in her mind, on the plan, the way the guy drew the plans, and this is a very detailed, and it could be a problem, guys. You see right here, well, he has this right here, construction to be demolished. Now, we can read this two different ways. This right here is a double line, but this is a single line. So why are we demolishing this right here? Which is, she came back to us and said, well, that's what the plan said. This is how you get into it. And see, this is why this needs, and now I could actually go in and say, well, hey, look, it says this right here is construction to remain. This right here just means I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna leave it out. So if you say that, hey, you're supposed to demolish this right here, so my job is to take it out and leave it out. You can look at it like that too. So this is what we got into. So now she negotiating now because she want that whole deck redone. But that wasn't in my quote because that's not how I read this right here. These plans. That's why, guys, the plans are critical. You can get yourself in a nightmare with these plans. I'm gonna leave that there, but let's go back and look at this right here. So I guess I can make it a little bit bigger here. Let's see how this right here works. She flip them over and send all that stuff, and then put a quota. So basically, we're putting this thing on. You can do this if you want to. That's not part of our scope of work. You know. But my guy, he just feel compelled to just go ahead and keep doing that stuff for her. So, you know, I would just say, hey, you know, let us finish with what we say we're going to get finished with. And then when you get done, when we get finished, heck, I would even give her the subcontractors to engage with. On it, and then maybe a polyurethane on it, man, and it'll be, you know, it's seal it real good, man. It's good. It's been, but see, we shouldn't even be having to figure this stuff out. We shouldn't even be using any brain power to try to navigate through that for her. All right, so let me look at. All right, guys, here we go. Well, I'm trying to walk away from this thing. Yeah, guys, go ahead and get this thing. I went on ahead that day. I think we got everything cleaned out of there, man. We got everything out of there. You got to get it cleaned up to the point to where you can see you got to be able to see some progress. And I can't see any progress with all that stuff in the way. Hopefully everything's all the rooms in. A lot of the light fixtures are home. This is where you want. This is the week where you call everybody back and tell everybody to get all this stuff done. So you can kind of see what we got here. Look a little mess, but we got light on. We got lights on, so it's actually starting to come together. Got those medallions and stuff like that, man. And that's so she brought those. Now the electrician was not part of my scope. She hired her own electrician. This is the job. She got her own electrician to come in and do. And once the guys got all the ceiling fans on, she decided she wanted some medallions to go around the ceiling fans, and you know, stuff like that, man. This is how you lose money on job sites. Now the electrician is losing money because now those guys got to come back. If he didn't do no change order, he's losing because now he got to come back and he's got to take the fans all the way down, slide that medallion in there, and then put the fan back up again. You know, these are things you got to charge for that stuff, man. Because you know, worst case scenario, here's what happened. And also, you know, from the electrician's point of view, is that if she hired somebody to come in after the fact and do it, then if something goes wrong, they're gonna blame him. So, you know, it's kind of catch-22 on that stuff right here. We may have to, don't like having this stuff kind of sitting out, man. People like to get it. So these floors are gonna have to be sanded. They're gonna have to be sanded. That's gonna have to be fixed. Got all this stuff right there. So I would have just did. I would just did this right here throughout the whole house. He's actually trying to. Homeowner actually thought that she would save money by leaving some of the floors. The part that the part that we saw right over here, she actually let's see if I can slide back over here. There we go. So these were original hardwood floors right there. So if you look right down here, these are original hardwood floors. Let me see, can I move this thing out the way? No, I guess it can't. Those were hardwood floors down here, and this right here is LVP. You know, it would have been cheaper, and it's hard for them to get this. See, in the burn house, this right here was left over, so she thought it would be cheaper to just leave as much as she can leave, and then sand and finish it, and then have this right here. It is actually not. It'd have been cheap. It'd been cheaper to just rip all that stuff up and just have you guys to lay LVP all the way throughout. I would just did. I would just did this right here throughout the whole house. These actually turn out. You know, the problem I'm seeing right here, man, look at it. It just looked too uniform. I mean, they got. You can see how you can see how these guys, when they laid these in, it doesn't look natural because this right here, if you see my arrow, you can see where it just looks too uniform, and all of them are like that. To me, I would argue that that's just a flooring guy that's being lazy. He just kind of throwing it, you know, this is the easiest way from him to doing it without having somebody else racking. You know, they got to rack all the floors and just kind of make sure they kind of stagger. But it doesn't look, when it's too uniform like that, it doesn't look natural. And that's the argument that I would say. But other than that, I mean, it works as long as the overlay is at least what, 6 inches. Okay. 6 inch overlay right here, but all of them the same. It's like it's kind of, for somebody like me who's paying attention to stuff like that, look at it. Same thing. A lot of stuff in here looks white. You won't get white, man. It look like a mental hospital or something. That's bothering me. But it ain't mine, man, so I don't get off any of that stuff right there. So we need to cut that right there out. These guys, so they're gonna put that in. We'll do that. Take everything. Looks like we're good. So and we have homeowner actually taking a bid this way, so it's not something that we can do. Also got the HVAC guys, they're out here doing their thing. So they make a connection, wire that thing up, man. They got the condensation, they got the freon line up and run, connect to the unit. They should be ready to charge it up and get it going. We got power to the house, so there's enough juice to the house to make it run. other than that, let's see how this thing gonna turn out, guys. Hopefully, at the end of this week, man, I'll be telling you guys that we're doing a punch out. And this house right here should took us about 2 months to do, considering the position that we were in. All right, guys, that's another one. Looks like I got some on my lens, man. I do got some on my lens. Let me clean it. Give me some YouTube stuff, like cameras and speakers and stuff like that, because I'm just not professional at what I do. I'm gonna wait till I get over 1,000 subscribers, and then we'll be there. We also gotta get that. Plumber gotta get in. So this is another situation. I think we had some issues with the plumber, jackleg. And so in this case right here, we had to end up hiring another contractor to come in to finish out the plumbing for us. And so now they had to, there's only 2 gas items, the water heater and the stove is gas. And so they got to get those connected and come here and put a pressure to make sure it's holding air, make sure you don't have any leaks in it, so that the inspector can come out, and once he looks at that, he can approve the gas line so he can get us a gas release. And he typically send those to the gas company so that the gas can come out and set their meter right here. So that's how that works, guys. So see that there's a delay. Get everything set. Just using gas in there so that we can get that pressurized, that gas line pressurized, so we can call that in. All right, guys, you guys have a good one. All right, so that's that. So now let's look at something else, guys. We was going out here. I let those guys go ahead and do their thing. I didn't want to start jumping on them right away, but look at what we got right now. Got this thing right here set. But I know there's some more things they're gonna have to do. Look at that hole, man. They God dog it. Look at that hole. Well, let me go back. All right, guys. So we got this thing right here set. All right, number one, if you look at this, they didn't secure that line. That's number one. That line shouldn't be just, if I can just go here, this right here, just kind of sitting around right here. They can take that thing, stretch it out, put an anchor right here to hold it to this wall so it'll look professional. So that line ain't wiggling and all that kind of stuff. This is the stuff, man. I mean, I tell you, man, just dealing with some of these guys, man, I don't get it. But I know there's some more things they're gonna have to do to it's a couple more items that they're gonna have to do. Look at how big that hole is they bust up in there. You get you a bit, it's the same size of what you put in there. Just drill through there, man. I don't get it. I'm trying to get it, but I don't get it. It's just, oh man, I tell you, man. To get this thing running first, you probably need to have something to kind of attach that to the house or attach it to the bottom part to make it look right. Another thing, man. I mean, it's just little things, guys. When I sit here and hold this right here, these are the things that I pay attention to. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. This condenser is not level, and he's not finished with it, so maybe he's gonna put some up under it. These are the little details that I want to see. Here's something else, man. Look at what these guys do. The plumber, instead of just getting the doggone bit that can bore a hole through this block. And it's not like these blocks are hollow, guys. I don't care what you do on the other side, because you can bust a hole like this on the other side that we don't see. But on this side, make a nice, pretty hole, man. I mean, now you got to come back here. And this is where I am, guys. I mean, it's like some of these subcontractors, man. I mean, they're like, I don't know, man. I mean, you got to just sit there and stand on top of them. And I shouldn't have to do that. You got to fix this right. I mean, look, this is the kind of stuff, man. I mean, this kind of stuff kind of irritates me to no avail. I mean, look at this right. Now, that's the HVAC. That's his condensation line. They just busted dang on hole. I mean, they make you want to almost curse a little bit, man, but they just busted all on hole in there. And you should see, and then they came in and put some great stuff to seal it up instead of putting a mortar to match the brick. They don't care about the little details. It's the little details that means everything. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, the HVAC guy, this is a conversation thing. He's a good guy, man, but the guys that work with you, man, this is bad. Now they start trying to drill through here right here, but do this on the other side and see. I mean, the hole on the other side actually. Let me see if I can get the other side, guys. Let's see. I tell you, man, this is, and not only that, guys. I mean, God, oh, look at it. Look at it. I can twist that. That's not even. Oh, goodness. Yeah, man, I better chill out, man. I'm just gonna get irritated. But these are the little things that I'm talking about, man. But these subcontractors, man, when they come on your job site, man, these are the little things they need to think about. They need to focus on these things, man. You know, I just come out here just do the minimum that they can do, man, so they can get paid. This is where we at, guys. So, you know, that's just this is I just wanted to show you guys that right quick, like trying to give you some details on what goes on out here in the construction world. But man, these subcontractors, man, and I, you know, guys, you know, you got to stay on them. You got to stay on them at all times. You can't give them a break. You know, you just got to stay on them. That's how it is. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe. Um, let me know what you think. I'm in the process of I may even try to create some classes on here on YouTube. That's a thought. All right. You guys have a good one. I don't have my intros and extros, so we just got to end on this.